Okay, here we are back in Legends of Heroes, and I've decided to start the video from the Haken Gate so that I could just... Oh, those things actually do want to fight me. So that I could save you guys the trouble of the brief walk. But it's time to advance the story with the side quest out of the way, and I must kill it. And that thing has a crippling weakness to fire. I just had Shara blow it away. Not really a good yield, though, for my level, though. Other than Sepet, that is. And apparently that's not a rare encounter. Robian Border, Haken Gate. This is the Haken Gate? It's freaking huge! Of course it's huge. It acts as the sole entrance to the Empire and the rampart that protects Liberl from foreign threats. After it was destroyed in the war 10 years ago, a much more robust wall was built in its place. Standard military reaction. Bigger equals better. Which means that beyond this point is no longer Liberl. Yeah. It's the territory of the European Empire, which stands beneath the emblem of the Golden Stallion. The European Empire. Well, enough staring for one day. Let's go meet with General Morgan. There are some barracks right there to the side of the gate. Maybe we'll find him in there. Okay, let's go. Before that, I want you to remove those bracer emblems you got pinned on your chests. Things won't be pretty if General Morgan sees those. Oh, I forgot all about that. Somehow I feel all weird doing this. Yeah, there's something that just doesn't feel right about this. That's proof that you start adjusting to being a bracer. Okay, before you meet the General, there's a missable item here that you need to get. What a surprise. This is my first time eating Liberl's cooking, but it was rather delectable. Well, I'm glad you liked it. If you head to town, there's a number of other places where you can eat great Liberl cooking as well. Anyway, enjoy your trip. That I will do, believe me. If this is the kind of food I get in a border dive like this, then I truly am in for a feast elsewhere in this land. Well, excuse me for having my bar on the outskirts of the country. Anyway, how about a glass of wine? I know it's not high-end exactly, but the taste is worth the price. Well then, maybe I will. Do you think this guy is... looks like a traveler from the Empire, if you ask me. He's a little odd. I'm a merchant from the European Empire. I'm on my way to Bose. Okay, I'm going to talk around a bit. Ah, potluck in the shelf. You missed it from the tower. And if I want to rest, is it free? No, it's not. I have a feeling it's like 20 mira per person. But there is a Carnelia chapter here that I need to get. I know it's the Marco guy that has it. Let's try to advance things forward a bit. And apparently weirdos are not exclusive to the other place we visited. Anything over here? Okay, that kind of looks like the best spot to hide a chest or something. You guys get through. The barricade hasn't been lifted on the Eisen Road yet. We came on an errand from Mayor Maybell from Bose. Do you think you can get us in to see General Morgan? Explain the request. That's understandable. In that case, I definitely could get you to see the General, but unfortunately he's out at the moment. He's actually spearheading a number of searches right now. Looks like our timing was bad. You don't happen to have an idea of when he might return, do you? I think he'll be back sometime today. There's a bar at the rest stop over there. Why don't you wait there for him? I'll let you know when he gets back. Bar? You mean the place where you're just at? Why is there a bar in a place like this anyway? Obviously, because this is the border with the Empire. The screening process for those entering and leaving the country is really strict, so there are a lot of travelers who have to wait quite a bit. That makes a lot of sense. In that case, it's understandable that you need facilities like an inn and a bar. Well then, we'll take you up on your suggestion and wait over at the bar. day to you all, my fine friends. You appear to be citizens of Liberal, but may I ask if you're traveling to the Empire? Nope, we're just here on an errand. We're not traveling to the Empire. You appear to be a citizen of Barovia yourself. What about you? Are you here to visit the Liberal Kingdom? I'm glad you asked. I'm indeed a visitor in Liberal, both for work and for pleasure. And you say you're running an errand, but I can see your true colors. I know exactly who you are. Who we are? Indeed, you're bracers now. How'd you know? We removed our bracer emblems. Wait, are you trying to tell me you're in the same profession? It's true that there are guild branches of the Empire, but actually I'm not a bracer. I just know several people in the guild, that's all. And there's an air about you that reminded me of them, so I just thought I'd ask. Those are some excellent deductive reasoning skills you've got. I don't think an amateur could have picked us out of a crowd like that. Are you sure you're a traveler? Please don't look at me with such suspicious eyes. Those cold, flickering eyes of amber, just like a glass of exquisite brandy. They almost make me want to kiss you and hold you in my arms. What? You're a bold one, aren't you? Wait a minute, are you one of those men who likes other boys? I just can't help myself when I see something beautiful standing before my eyes. Daughters of serenity, sons of elegance, supernal melodies and cleansing landscapes, masterpieces and stories to move the soul. And last but not least, the most exquisite in food and drink. For things such as these are those that which pique my interest. So you're a pervert, just like I thought. Yep, definitely a pervert. How dreadful is it that genius is misunderstood in every generation? It feels as if my delicate glass heart is about to be broken. You, with your magnificent black hair, please comfort me in my time of need. I'm going to have to pass. You've already scarred me for life as it is. I've heard many strange conversations in my day, but this one is worth remembering. The look on that kid's face. Hey, you three. Oh, it's a soldier from earlier. The general has just returned. I just spoke to him about the matter and he said he'll meet you now. Really? Yes, come to the barracks with me immediately. Oh, that was much quicker than I thought. Yeah, now at least maybe we'll be able to find out what's going on. Okay then, let's be off, shall we? What are you following us around for? Your timing is excellent. You didn't miss a beat in exiting behind us. It seemed almost natural. Scarily so. Ah, you noticed. Everything about you all just seems so interesting. I thought I'd take a gander. Please, don't mind me. Carry on, my good gent and mademoiselles. Of course we're going to mind. Now get, you. Shoot. Scrooge. Who was that guy? Seriously, what was his deal? He's not normal, that's for sure. Getting rid of that weirdo is probably better not only for ourselves, but a service for the world at large, too. Now let's hurry and meet with the General. Okay, we need to go back in here for that book. The airliner stopped. How long do they expect to keep a merchant waiting? You can finish reading the book I brought to pass the time. So there we go, we got the third Cornelia. Okay, that's the big missable item here. Now it's time to meet with the General. I could hear some arguing. Was there some kind of problem with another traveler? No, nothing big like that. And aside, can you let us meet with the General? Yeah, he's inside. His office is at the last door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around other places where you're not permitted. And am I able to rest here? I was hoping for a free rest. Oh well. I haven't finished exploring. Door is locked. Let's peek upstairs and then downstairs. Okay, I've seen enough upstairs. Anyone we know in these? Okay, let's meet with him. Alright, here goes nothing. Are you here on behalf of Miss Maybelle? That's right. Very well, come inside. Thank you for seeing us. I'm glad that you came. My name is Morgan. I have been tasked with guarding the Hawking Gate by Her Majesty Queen Alicia. It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Maybelle. Please pardon our intrusion during such a busy time. There's no need to apologize. I've known Maybelle since she was but a child. I couldn't imagine ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor. Alright then, would you please read this first? I gave him the letter. So it's about the missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information would be strictly confidential, but considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know. Sweet! Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you? Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut. The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we want to do anything we can to assist her. I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that she has been blessed with some good people around her. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts. Please do. The airliner Linde disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Bose landing port. Presently, we have units searching all areas of the region, but we have yet to come up with anything. So what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? An airship of that size has crashed. It likely would have been discovered in the initial search efforts. Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route between Bose and Roland goes over the same plains that allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valeria Lake or the ocean is extremely low. Boy, am I relieved to hear that's probably not a worst-case scenario like that. So if those have been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motives would be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages. In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army. And that would be really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General? I was just saying that that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. We also consider the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we have enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An international incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war. Thanks to the small mercies of ideas, the possibility for another conflict disappeared early this morning. A certain organization sent a letter to the royal family and Orbital Ship Company claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. This organization goes by the name of the Kapua family. The Kapua family? Couldn't be who I think it is, could it? It certainly appears to be that way. The Sky Bandits who have been operating in the shadows in the Bose region are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them. Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. I can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Bose. Estelle? Oops. You had a run-in with them in Roland? I had heard that some of their gang had shown up in the Roland region, but I think he's onto us. Yeah, because of you and your big mouth. I see now. I thought the way you'd be if you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere civilians, but I would have never guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers. Who are you calling kids? Just for the record, Mayor Maybelle did in fact request that we come here and talk to you. Silence, deceivers. Get in here, men. He looks pretty pissed. So this is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh? What's the matter, General? Did those visitors try to pull anything funny? These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately. Just what's your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs. You're no different. Hiding your identity so you can try and finagle some information out of me? It's because you pull underhanded actions like that that bracers can't be trusted. Just where'd you get off calling it finagling? It's your own fault since you didn't share information with the guild to begin with. Nonsense. Who in the right mind would leave an incident this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Maybelle could have tried to pull, hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting in the way of our search party. How about you cut with the crap, General? Why do you think we've had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, your military morons can't do your job. What did you just say? Holy cow. Shara's really pissed, alright. For the past few months, means you've known about the string of burglars, which seem to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now, the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. And you've got nothing to show for it, no hostages or even the location of the missing airliner. Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom? Silence, girl. The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim. Unlike a group I know of who didn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape, so enough with your insolence. So, you're really looking for a fight, aren't you? How sad it is to see such discord. Strife brings nothing to be borne, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts. Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls. A gentle yet wistful tone to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your hearts to bloom. Okay, everyone, go kick his ass. Brightly shooting stars leaving trails in the skies. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain. And the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, a single wound will remain in my heart for all to see. Our passionate first and final kiss. Your tears to me are an amber bliss. Let us immure this eternal love. Looks like you all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby. I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with their reports. That's right, General. I should get back to my duties and make sure you don't let these kids in again. Oh, and cancel any further checks on the travelers along the Eisen Road. Having these kids around any longer will just be an eyesore. Right away, sir. He ran away. And the blonde dude is glitched out on my screen. I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he? No matter which country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense. Maybe we should get going ourselves. Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information. If we head back to Bose, how about we think about our future plan of attack? Where are you going? Wait for me, please wait for me. Let me try and introduce myself again. I'm Olivier Lenheim, wandering bard and musician by trade. As you already know, I am an Aerobian touring your fair liberal. I'm Estelle, and... No, wait a minute, why do we have to introduce ourselves to you? Easy, Estelle, he did intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua. And I'm Scheherazade. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say thanks. You've got nothing to thank me for. I only did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, how about going out on a date with me for a day? I'm going to have to pass on that. First of all, I don't have that sort of free time. That's too bad. Alright then, I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute. What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor. Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke. Saying that makes you even more questionable. Just wait a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date? You? I don't know how to put it, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about taking a lesson or two from your friends here. Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just what do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua? Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are. Though I guess it's true, you are a bit lackluster in the sexy category. What did you just say? Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we gotta get going. Then how about you take me along with you to the city of Bose? This is my first time in Liberal, after all, and I'd like to request a guide. Well, that's all you want, then I don't mind. Sure, now just a second. It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway. Plus, acting as a guide is one of a bracer's many duties. Alright, I guess we're stuck with him until then. What if he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua? Estelle? Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny. What is it exactly that you think he'll try? Please don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. I'd rather you call me a hunter of love. Even Love Stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either. Are you right in the head? So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for Bose? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now, let us be off. Who died and made you leader? Hey, wait a minute. I'm not done warning you about the grisly fate that awaits you if you sully Joshua's innocence. And let's take a look at... He uses a gun, he's level 13, same as Shara, and wow, check out his EP. Range 4. So he's got Firebolt and Soul Blur. And I could equip other things on him, but... Chaos Brand, eh? Actually, I want to check it real fast. If I want to rest, is it 80 now? Yes, 20 per person. Okay, I'm going to go to Bose, and then I'm going to put a break in this segment. I'm going to try reporting the quest, and that actually will be where it stops. Next video, it's back to the side quests. No! So, Olivier is actually pretty strong. I do have to say I'm a little impressed. Scene. So this is Bose, is it? It's more urban than I imagined. That building over there is Bose Market, no? Well, you seem to be quite knowledgeable. Are you sure this is really your first time in Liberal? I was smart enough to buy a tourist guidebook before I left. One published by your very own Liberal News, no less. A guidebook? Do they really sell such things? I don't know how to say it, but we live in a really convenient age. So do you intend to go shopping at the Bose Market now? Yep, and after doing a bit of window shopping, I plan to dress up and dine out. According to the guy, there's supposed to be a 3-star restaurant in town. Right, the place we ate at with the mayor. What I mean to say is, I guess this is the place. The Aunt Rose, authentic Liberal cuisine, or so they say. Indeed, no doubt this is the place. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's supposed to cost a pretty mirror if you decide to go with a full-course meal. I'd have to recommend a normal bar any day over this. Worry not, my fair lady, I've brought sufficient travel expenses. And if that's not enough, I'll earn more with my superb skills. Superb skills? You're not talking about your song and, musical renditions, are you? Can you actually earn mirror with that crap? I've started as the main opera singer at the Great Theater in the Arubian capital before. If I remember right, I once earned 1,000,000 mirror in a single night. Big fat liar. Alright everyone, good work. I guess this is farewell until fate brings us together once more. Adios. Adios, amigos. What horror have we unleashed upon this poor innocent city? Is everyone from Robia a weirdo like that? I don't think I like the idea of that being the Empire's stereotype. Huh? What I'm trying to say is that I think the majority of the people there are quite serious. I read in a book that their ethos respects the strong, silent type. So what you're saying is that he's simply a weirdo because he's an artist. Now hold up there, Estelle. If the artists of this world heard that, they'd be less than pleased. Let's see, we need to report the information we got out of the General to Lugrin. And it would be best if we let Mayor Maybell know after that, too. So first we visit the guild and then the mayor's residence. Okay, let's get going. And I remembered where the guild was this time. What? Let's try talking to her first. Maybe I misread that. Scene, and check it out, familiar faces. Come on, Missy, I'm begging you, please let us in. If I could just get a comment from the mayor, I'd be on my merry little way. Yep, that's right, of course I need a photograph too. I'm sure the mayor would be flattered, but she's extremely busy. I'm going to have to ask all of those without an appointment to leave. I hope you can understand the situation. Come on, please. For an incident this huge, we hardly know anything about the circumstances surrounding it. I have an obligation to inform the readers. But... yeah, what about the readers? We can probably reach double the number if we have the mayor grace the cover. She's said to be very beautiful, after all. Dorothy, why'd you have to go and say something like that? It was you who was saying the same thing, remember? You said if we didn't have any news to go on, we could lure customers to buy the magazine by featuring the sexy mayor on the cover. You idiot. Miss? Well, aren't you two a couple of interesting visitors? I'll make sure to tell Mayor Maybell about the details of our conversation. At the moment, however, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Wait, this is a misunderstanding. Please leave. Fine. So are we going to be okay not getting a photograph of the mayor then? Please, for the love of ideas and my sanity, just keep your mouth shut. Niall, wait for me. Good afternoon, Leela. Oh, it's you bracers again. Did you just return from the Hocking Gate? Something like that. So, those two just turned away. Bunch of unscrupulous individuals. Really? Those miscreants said they planned to use the mayor to make some quick mirror. As long as I'm here to protect my mistress, I won't allow that to happen. I see. You're really serious about your job, aren't you? Deadly serious. That's because it's my duty. Anyway, why don't you all come inside? The mayor is waiting for you. Around this place, but it's looking like she's on the second floor. And no free place to rest. Here we go. Dealing with complaints from the citizens. Late deliveries of goods to the Bose market because of the airspace being a no-fly zone. Servicing the sewer facilities. Selecting a congratulatory gift for Her Majesty the Queen. Harm incurred by monsters on the New Ansel path. Paperwork finally end. Hello? Oh, are you back already? You look pretty busy, so would it be better if we came back at a later time? No, you're fine. So you found out something from General Morgan, right? I'd like to hear about it. Good work. I feel like I have a much clearer picture of the situation now. So there was a hijacking by the Sky Bandits and now a ransom demand. The situation is much more serious than I had originally anticipated. If the General hadn't found out we were bracers, I think we could have learned more, but... no, it's alright. I'm just glad we know it wasn't a crash. With this information, I should be able to take effective countermeasures with the city. Now, I need to think of a way to inform the citizens of Bose and deal with the families of the passengers. I imagine that'll be quite a difficult task considering that you're already as busy as you are. Well, that's just the duty of a mayor. And since the identity of the criminals is now known, may I ask that you continue your investigation of the incident? Of course, that was our plan to begin with. We've already had a run-in with those sky bandits before, and wagered the honor of the guild that this is one group we cannot simply leave up to the royal army. That's for sure. There's dead to find that we need to deal with the sky bandits once and for all. What's with the look, Joshua? That's just thinking, and no matter which way I look at things, I just can't believe it. What can't you believe? That Dan could get beaten by a bunch of sky bandits. Basing my judgment on the ability of the group that appeared in Roland, I'm in agreement with you there. Cassius could have easily dealt with a group of that caliber. Come on, Joshua, you two share. You're giving him way more credit than he deserves. He's pretty good, I'll give you that, but I think it would be a bit of a stretch for him to take on an entire group. Do you mind if I ask you something? Are you trying to tell me that your father was aboard that airliner? Didn't I mention that? I'm embarrassed to say it, but yeah, he was, not to mention he's a bracer too. His name is Cassius Bright. Did you just say Cassius Bright? Yeah, why? Do you know my dad or something? I've never met him in person, but I've heard a great deal about him. I'm sorry, I just don't know what to say. We might be able to use this to get some information from the army. Excuse me, Mayor? I'm very sorry, and I can empathize with what you must be going through. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this incident, then I'm at your disposal. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. I wonder what's up with the Mayor. As soon as we mentioned Dad's name, she got all surprised. You're right, but I guess I can imagine where she's coming from. The Mayor and the General have known one another for a long time, after all. Well, let's not worry about that right now. We've given the Mayor a brief rundown of everything, so let's head to the guild. I'm sure Lugren is waiting for a report from us. Right. Okay, we have new things to do, but that'll be the next video. It's you, kid. So did you find anything about the incident? You bet. Valuable information at that. Sky Bandits and the Kapua family. You're right, that is valuable information. Looks like we'll be able to decide on a policy for the Bracer Guild related to this. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan's an even bigger Bracer hater than I had originally thought. Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Roland, the job of a Bracer is pretty much respected by everyone, so to encounter someone who hates Bracers that much... Don't worry about it, General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for. Well, then I guess we'll have to try and make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. Looks like those recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right? Yes, taking into account the incident in Roland, it's pretty clear who's behind these. To call them burglaries is one thing, though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been all that valuable. I would never have thought that they would go as far as to commit a heinous crime like hijacking Linday. Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. The burglary that happened in Roland was also rather mild in comparison. Yeah, to hijack an airliner and then to turn around and demand a ransom from the royal family. The risks there are greater than any potential reward. In light of that, we should probably do a little more on the investigative side ourselves. I'd get some sort of payment from that since that's the Mayor's mission, but I'm going to put a break here, and in the next video we will start tackling side quests. So, I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.